Hello children, welcome back to maths class. We are studying about decimals nowadays, isn't it? We have studied about decimal numbers. The decimal places start from the right side of ones place, isn't it? As fractions, decimals also are different types. They are like decimals, unlike decimals and equivalent decimals. Then like decimals means if the number of digits after the decimal points are equal in a set of decimal numbers, such decimal numbers are known as like decimals. And unlike decimals means they have different, the number of digits after the decimal point will be different. If the number of digits after the decimal points are different, then such decimal numbers are known as unlike decimals. And equivalent decimals is the next type of decimal. That means the equivalent means equal. We can make a decimal to another decimal by putting 0 after all the digits. Therefore, like decimals means like decimals have the same number of digits after the decimal point. Example 4.65 and 3.21. Look at 4.65 and 3.21. 4.65, how many digits are there after the decimal point? 1, 2. In 3.21 also there are 2 digits after the decimal point. Therefore, they are like decimals. Then unlike decimals means unlike decimals do not have the same number of digits after the decimal point. Example 7.3 and 4.76. In 7.3 there is only 1 digit after the decimal point, but in 4.76 there are 2 digits after the decimal point. Therefore, they are unlike decimals. Then equivalent decimals means equivalent decimals are decimal numbers that have the same value. For example, 0.5 and 0.50 are equivalent decimals. Decimals that have the same value are known as equivalent decimals. 0.5 and 0.50. Look at this number, decimal number 0.50. Here is a 0 after the digit 5. If we put zeros after the decimal point and at last, then there is no change in that decimal number. Then that means 0.5 and 0.50 are equal. Then equivalent decimals, I will show you some examples. 0.7 and 0.70, they are equivalent decimals. How it became an equivalent decimal? I told you that after the decimal point, at last, if we put 0, there is no change in that decimal number. 0.7 and 0.70. There is no value for this 0 at last after all the digits. If we write 0 in a decimal number, that 0 does not have any value. It does not have any value. 0.70 is equivalent to 0.7 or 0.700 also an equivalent fraction of 0.7. We can write any infinite number of zeros after all the digits in a decimal number. Then 4.65 and an equivalent fraction of this 4.65. We can write an equivalent fraction of 4.65 as 650. Put a 0 after 5. Then 4.650 and 4.6 are equivalent fractions. We can write infinite number of equivalent decimals for a decimal number. 38.72, another decimal. Write an equivalent decimal for this decimal. That is 38.72. Then if you write a 0, then it is an equivalent decimal for this number. 38.72 and 38.720 are equivalent decimals. Therefore, to make an equivalent decimal, you should put 0 after all the digits. Okay, for a decimal number, in a decimal number, after the decimal point, and at last, after all the digits, we can put many zeros as zeros, then that zero does not have any value. That means they are equivalent decimals. Then convert unlike decimals into like decimals. I have explained that like decimals have the same number of digits after the decimal point, but unlike decimals have different number of digits after the decimal point. Therefore, 3.67, 12.3, 8.34, 96.7. Then in the first number 3.67, how many digits are after the decimal point? There are 2 digits, 1, 2 digits after the decimal point. In 12.3, there is only 1 digit after the decimal point. And in 8.34, there are 2 digits after the decimal point, and in the last number, there is only 1 digit after the decimal point. Therefore, the maximum number of digits after the decimal point is 2. Therefore, make this 12.3 and 96.7 with a decimal number with two digits after the decimal point. How can we make it? By putting 0 after 3 and after 7. Therefore, we have to write all the decimals with the 2 digits after the decimal point. First number, no need to change the first number because it has already 2 digits after the decimal point. In the second number, there is only 1 digit. Therefore, make this decimal as a decimal number with the 2 digits after the decimal point. For that, put a 0. 12.3 and 12.30 are equivalent fractions. You are not allowed to put any other digit other than 0. You have to put only 0 to make an equivalent fraction. Okay, therefore 12.30 is the equivalent fraction of 12.3. Then third number, do not change. Then the fourth number, 96.7, has only 1 digit after the decimal point. Then put a 0 after 7, then it became a like decimal. Therefore, all these numbers are like decimals. They have 2 digits after the decimal point. Therefore, they are like decimals. Then in the second set, look, the numbers are 1.8, 2.07, 3.700, 342.9. The max in all these decimal numbers, the maximum number of digits after the decimal point is 3. 1, 2, 3. This 3 in 3.700, there are 3 digits after the decimal point. Therefore, we have to make all the remaining numbers also with 3 digits after the decimal point by putting 0 at last. Therefore, the first one, 1.8, has only 1 digit after the decimal point. We need to put 2 more zeros. Then it became a like decimal, 1.800. Then second number, 2.07. It has 2 digits after the decimal point. Then put a 0. Then it has 3 digits after the decimal point. Then the third number, do not change, 3.700. And the last number, 342.9, only 1 digit. Therefore, put 2 more zeros. Then now the given set of numbers, decimal numbers became like decimals. Okay. I have to write this in the notebook. Next, these numbers, we can compare them. That means we can find the smallest and the greatest decimal number. To compare the numbers, how do we compare numbers? We are starting from the leftmost place, isn't it? If the leftmost place, first we have to look at whether the numbers are having equal number of digits. Check the number of digits first. If the number of digits are same in the given set of numbers, then look at the places starting from the left side. Okay, therefore, first question, 12.29 and 21.29. For a decimal number, we need to compare the whole number part first. First compare the whole number part. Whole number part is in the first number, the whole number part is 12 and 21. Which is bigger, 12 or 21? 21 is bigger. Therefore the symbol is 12.29 less than 21.29. Then second number 0.09 and 0.07. This the second number set of numbers do not have any whole number part. Then look at the places. First look at the 10th place digit. 10th place digit is 0 for in both the numbers. In 0.09 the 10th place digit is 0. In 0.07 also the 10th place digit is 0. Then look at the 100th place digit. 100th place digit, for the first number it is 9. The second number, the 100th place digit is 7. Therefore 9 is bigger than 7. That means 0.09 is greater than 0.07. Greater than. Then next question, 102.306 and 102.316. Then the whole number part in both the numbers are same, 102 and 102 same. Then look at the decimal number, the digits after the decimal point. First check the 10th place digit. For the first number the 10th place digit is 3. For the second number also the 10th place digit is 3. They are same. Then look at the next place, 100th place. First number 100th place digit is 0. Second number 100th place digit is 1. 1 is greater than 0 or 0 is less than 1. That means 102.306 is less than 102.316. Then the last question, 3987.065 and 3987.5. Here also the whole number part are same. Then look at the 10th place digit, 100th place digit, like that. Look at the 10th place digit. In the first number the 10th place digit is 0. In the second number the 10th place digit is 5. That means 5 is greater than 0, no? Therefore it is 3987.065 is less than 3987.5. Therefore, to compare a decimal number, first compare the whole number part. If there is no whole number part in that decimal number, then compare the decimal part. And the whole number parts, to compare that, you have to compare each place digit. Thousands place, hundreds place, tens, ones, each place you need to compare. To write this in the notebook. And here are some homework. Let us try 8.3, 3 ABC and 6 AC. That's all for today's class.